everyone, it's Sanni. I thought I would do like a quick chat time, like tea time, chat time about something that's really close to my heart right now, and it is going cruelty free with your cosmetics. Now, I'm going to chat about why you should go cruelty free, what's the difference between vegan and cruelty free, and then some very surprising discoveries that I found out when I've been doing all my research in the last couple of months. I am really distraught because it was something, I didn't realize how prevalent it actually is until you really start looking at how much animal testing actually happens. So going cruelty free basically means supporting brands that do not condone animal testing, do not do animal testing, don't use third-party suppliers that do animal testing, but also don't have anyone else do animal testing on their behalf. And that is where a lot of brands fall down. So for example, in Europe, animal testing is banned by law. However, if a European brand wants to sell in China, the Chinese government still requires animal testing. So essentially, the brand will have to agree to have their products tested by a third party. But that is where it gets very, very dodgy in my books anyways, because they are essentially saying it's okay for you guys to test our products on animals so we make more money, which is insane. And a lot of these brands are saying they're working with the Chinese government. I think a nice way to work with the Chinese government is say we're not selling our luxury products. I feel like if a couple of very big brands of this world just said no to the Chinese market, the Chinese government would change their ways on this horrible, horrible matter. Animal testing is completely and utterly unnecessary this day and age. It's irrelevant, it's outdated, and all sorts of things. And I, completely stupidly, thought that most brands weren't doing it anymore. And unfortunately, that is not the case. I am going to link a couple of really good sites to check out below. I constantly look at Logical Harmony and constantly look on Cruelty Free Kitty. The girls that run the sites provide very, very good lists. They're updated all the time of brands to avoid, brands that are kind of, I'm not sure about their policies, and then brands to enjoy freely, so to speak. But yeah, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about cruelty free and stuff like that on future videos, so subscribe if you haven't yet. I never say that, and I realize that other people say it all the time on their videos, subscribe. So yeah, please subscribe and like and comment and all of that. But for me, ethically, I cannot condone having little amazing, even if they were big, any size animals stuck in labs for my beauty, because it's not necessary, and there's a lot of brands that don't do it. So my reason is 100% ethical. It is unnecessary. It's the most unnecessary thing ever. Well, no, there's a lot of unnecessary things in the world, but that to me is completely and utterly it's uncalled for. And there are so many brands. I'm going to read you a couple of the brands that I absolutely would have thought that would be for sure like friendly to animals and a cruelty-free brand, but are not. For example, L'Occitane, which is a French brand, it has a very kind of natural image. Kiehl's, sadly, Jurlique, I can't, like, yeah, that's crazy. Jo Malone, brands that I really would have thought that would, you know, would care about stuff like that. Then there is obviously a lot of the big brands. Givenchy is not cruelty free, Dolce & Gabbana is not cruelty free, none of that really surprises me that much, I guess. Chanel is not cruelty free, Clarins is not cruelty free, Bobbi Brown, a lot of these luxury brands are not cruelty free. And I really feel like if, you know, Chanel and Clarins, if it was just those two, or Chanel and Dolce & Gabbana, for example, pulled out of the Chinese market and just stopped selling the Chinese government would take notice. I work with a lot of customers from China, and I know how much they love their luxury cosmetics, and I know there would be uproar if they couldn't get them anymore. So like, it's like quoting one of my favorite films. Well, not one of my favorite films, but a very funny film, Blaze of Glory, if you haven't seen. The mind boggles, as in the mind boggles. Anyways, so that is topic number one. Check out the lists. You're going to be surprised and you're going to be disgusted, and you'll understand why I'm throwing away a lot of makeup and donating. There's actually two brands that I'd like to talk to you about specifically. Number one is NARS, and NARS has historically always been a cruelty-free brand, and they have a lot of vegan products as well. However, this year they have decided that they're going to expand to China. So, for example, I'm part of their Pro program, and I shall no longer be renewing it and no longer be buying their products. And you might think that, oh well, what is it going to make any difference whatsoever? I do think it does. For example, Stila historically was selling in China, and they have pulled out, and they are officially a cruelty-free brand now. So they listened to their customers, and I do think that, you know, as little people, as a group, do have a lot of power. So if you have a choice of buying a mascara from one company versus another, then just kind of make the ethical choice. These brands will follow where the money is, 100%, but I don't think there's enough knowledge out there that a lot of these big brands that we all take, like for example, Bobbi Brown. I have a Pro card. Never in my mind did I think that Bobbi Brown would be condoning animal testing. I've got a Pro card to MAC. That won't be renewed either. You know, it's unfortunate, but all of these things I am going to have to let go because I was stupid, I was ignorant, I didn't actually think that these brands would be testing on animals. So I'm going to let all of those expire. Eek! Then there are companies that, for example, don't do it themselves, but their parent company might do. Such is the case with, for example, Urban Decay. And I am still, because I'm relatively new to this journey, I'm still making up my mind on where I stand with that. In a way, you could say that giving your money to Urban Decay is wrong if their parent company tests on animals, but then again, the parent company could see that all of a sudden this, you know, small-ish brand, like for example, Urban Decay is smallish compared to something big like Chanel, that if the parent company sees that there's a lot of people buying the products, they might kind of clock on to something. Who knows? Anyways, what's the difference between cruelty-free and vegan? The difference is cruelty-free products don't test on animals and don't have any third parties, blah, 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 all of that. But it doesn't mean that they're vegan. So being a vegan product means there's no animal ingredients in the product at all. And there's a lot of great cruelty-free brands that have a lot of vegan products, such as Hourglass. I think they're aiming to be completely vegan by 2020. And brands like Charlotte Tilbury is completely cruelty-free, and also they have a lot of vegan products. There's lists on their websites of which products are vegan. So there is a lot of companies, and please support these companies. And personally, I feel very good about supporting Hourglass, for example, because even though their whole lines are not vegan, they're working actively towards becoming completely vegan brands. So I shall be buying their vegan products until they are completely vegan, and then I will be buying all of their products incessantly. Yeah, so that is just the main difference. And yeah. So surprising brands as well that I found that are not cruelty-free are brands like Benefit. I really thought they would be cruelty-free. I don't know why I got that into my head, but I really thought. Philosophy as well, not cruelty-free. They kind of have a really lovely image, like they care, but not enough. So I'm just looking at a cruelty-free list. So like when I started reading all the brands that I cannot buy anymore, I was like, oh my god. So there goes YSL's, Clinique's, Dior, all of that is gone. But then there are amazing brands on these lists, such as Anastasia Beverly Hills, Ardell, that's very good. I like their lashes. The more
Obviously there are minerals, there's tons and tons. Becca, Ben Nye, you know, there is good ones, Blink, which is really good, Bar London, Burt's Bees, Baxam, Kate Beauty, CRT, Complete Minerals, Color FX, Dermalogica, Diptyque, Dr. Hashka.
then Face Atelier, Eyelure, Gosh Cosmetics, they do great stuff. Elf, obviously. Yeah, so there's loads and loads. Hourglass, House of Lashes. There is a lot of brands to choose from. Indeli, Inica, Isadora, Intelligent Nutrients. There, you know, you're not going to be stuck for makeup. You just have to, Kat Von D, obviously I have to mention Kat Von D. You just have to pay more attention, I guess. But I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. And yeah, because it's something that is close to my heart. And I was blown away by how many, you know, brands are actually very cruel indeed. It just made me sad, and I don't want my beauty to be dependent on somebody else's suffering. It's a simple thing, I guess. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts below, and I'm going to see you again next time. Bye.